wrestling, right? So we played with offense. We got, what were the 3 things we learned today? We learned what? We got double leg, of course, that's my favorite. 2, we got sweep single, very nice. And 3rd, we got snap, run quarter, right? So 3 things, perfect amount of wrestling. I can shoot right and left, sweep single, beautiful. Double leg, shoot right down the pipe, awesome. 3rd, snap, run quarter, amazing. We got those 3 things, but now we got to be able to keep guys off of our legs. We got to be able to protect our legs. And so think about this for a second. How many people in here have ever lost a match where you didn't give up a takedown? Right? Lost a match where you didn't give up a takedown. Right? A few hands. Right? Now look at the amount of people in here. Imagine if we gave up no takedowns in a match. We would always be in a position to win. And so the goal here is going to be keeping guys off of our legs, being able to protect these. These are our money makers, right? The faster I can move, the more uncomfortable I can make my opponent, the faster and more powerful I can get to my attacks, the better. But also I've got to keep them off of my legs. I've had a few injuries in my career. One of them was in 2010. I tore my LCL and PCL, and it was because I let a guy deep in on my legs. We got into a scramble position, and I hurt my knee. You want to avoid the scrambles, keep guys off of your legs. You want to finish clean, and you want to put yourself in a position where you can win every match, keep guys off of your legs. So what we're going to do, we're going to start to work on our lines of defense. Someone tell me our first line of defense. No, that was good. Yeah, there we go. What was it? Hands. Very nice. First line of defense are my hands. First line of defense. Hands. Here's why it's my first line of defense are my hands. If I'm wrestling code, we're here and it's late in the match and this guy's got to come get me, I'm using my hands to disrupt his shots. Before he can get a clean shot, I'm keeping him off balance. I'm pulling down on his head. I'm pushing, pulling, changing angles, and keeping him at bay. My first line of defense are my hands. I'm disruptive with my hands. He can never get his eyes on me. He can never take a clean shot. It's going to be really tough for this guy to take me down. My second line of defense is my head. There we go. Second line of defense. Head. Very nice. I've got a big head, right? I use my head to not only knock people over with my double legs, but also to defend. And I'm usually bleeding because of it. But I use my head to defend. When this guy does beat my hands, he gets under my hands, under my thumb block, under my collar tie, that's when my head gets in the way so I can defend. I use head block defense. I'm going to show you that, guys, in a second. And then number 3, my third line of defense are my hands. Yeah, very good. Third line of defense. Yes. Good. Guy beats my head and hands, gets under, gets to my legs. That's when we go to our baseline. That's when we go to what we call our strong, stuffed head, baseline stuff that we all know and have come to love and understand. And so, before we get into all those things, I want to start to teach you guys how to do a few things, right? We're going to learn how to do double knee sprawl to our head block, and then eventually we're going to go double knee sprawl, head block into our counter offense. Counters are going to be something really special because this is how I always remain a threat to my opponents. They know I'll come and shoot, but also they know that if they miss a shot, I'm going to send one in return. Dan Gable said it best. He said, if I shoot, I score. If you shoot, I score, right? I shoot, I score. You shoot, I score. So that means that if this guy shoots, I'm not just letting him off the hook. It's not just simple defense. Okay, I got out, now I'm back to the normal wrestling. Every time this guy shoots, we should be looking to punish him. So whether that's stuffing his head, running corner, catching head, running corner, or he gets to our leg and we're looking for a little bit more aggressive movements. And so here's what I want. We're going to work on our own. We're going from our baseline sprawl, which I know a lot of guys like to go normal sprawl, right? Normal sprawl, you get a single hip down, you get both hips down. But for me, in order to keep myself in position to shoot and score with my counters, I go double knee sprawl, head block, right? So here's what it looks like. I'm down in my stance. Remember, head up, back straight, knees bent, butts down, elbows in. When I sprawl, I'm going absorbing contact with the top of my head, and then I'm immediately looking up to find my opponent. I'm going to show you how that works in a second. But here's what I want. Absorbing contact with the top of my head, not with my face. Right? For me, I'm good. I'm married. I got a wife, so it doesn't really matter how I look anymore. For you guys, you want to find a spouse someday, so you want to keep this looking good. Right? So absorb the contact with the top of your head and not with your come back to my feet. Notice, one thing that I'm doing here, I always circle myself back to the center. Freestyle, what happens if you get pushed out of bounds? Right, you give up 1 point. Folk style, what happens if you get pushed out of bounds? Stalling, 2 stallings, what? 1 point. So either way, you're either giving up points or this guy's making you look bad. And so when I'm down in my stance and I defend with my head, I want to also circle my butt to the center. Pretend you're in a phone booth. You should never have to leave this circle to do your defense. And so we're here, he shoots, head block, double knee sprawl. He shoots, head block, double knee sprawl. He shoots, head block, double knee sprawl. Staying in my stance and staying locked in. So before we do this with our partner, I'm going to send everyone out on their own. We're going in our stance, knees go down, toes dig into the mat. Absorbing contact with my head, and then immediately my eyes go up. And so I'm here, I'm in my stance, I'm moving, circling, double knee sprawl, absorb contact, circling back up. Double knee sprawl, absorb contact, circle back up. Double knee sprawl, absorb my head, circle back up. Notice my discipline. I'm succinct with my movements, but I'm disciplined, and I always return back to my stance. Remember, when I'm here, I don't stay here. As soon as my head hits, my eyes come back up, and I'm right back to my stance, ready to wrestle. You guys got it? Yeah. On our own, when I say sprawl, we're going to our full double knee sprawl. Hands catch, head absorbs, eyes come up, we circle back to our feet, and we stay disciplined in our stance. You guys got it? Let's work. 1, 2.